Ever find yourself juggling a dozen tasks at once, answering texts, sipping coffee, and mentally mapping out your day, all before 9 a.m.? That's multitasking, the modern day hustle we've all embraced as the key to getting it all done. But then there are those rare, golden moments when you're completely locked in, free from distractions, and everything just clicks. Maybe you're crushing a work project or losing yourself in a hobby. These are moments of focus, and they feel like pure magic. But here's the million-dollar question: which approach actually makes your day better? Multitasking's whirlwind or focus's calm precision? In this deep dive, we're pitting these two daily habits against each other to uncover which one truly supercharges your productivity, mood, and overall success. Buckle up, because we're about to rethink how you tackle your day. Let's paint a picture. It's Monday morning, and you're already in overdrive. You're checking emails while stirring oatmeal, half listening to a podcast, and sneaking glances at your phone for the latest news. Multitasking feels like a badge of honor, a way to squeeze every ounce of productivity from your day. It's the default mode for most of us in a world that demands constant connectivity and endless to-do lists. But is it as effective as it seems? Spoiler alert, science says maybe not. Research from Stanford University drops a bombshell. Multitasking can slash your productivity by up to 40%. Why? Your brain isn't actually doing multiple things at once. It's rapidly switching between tasks, and each switch comes with a cognitive cost. This task switching penalty burns mental energy, increases stress, and makes you more prone to mistakes. Ever sent an email with a typo because you were also on a call? That's the multitasking trap in action. A 2009 study in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that heavy multitaskers performed worse on cognitive tasks than those who focused on one thing at a time. Their brains were scattered, unable to filter out distractions. But let's not write off multitasking entirely. It has its moments. Low-stakes tasks, like folding laundry while catching up on a light podcast or answering quick texts while waiting for the bus, can make you feel efficient without overloading your brain. These are the small wins of multitasking, where you're pairing simple, automatic tasks with minimal mental effort. The problem creeps in when you apply this approach to high-stakes work, like drafting a report while fielding Slack messages or studying while scrolling social media. Errors pile up, quality suffers, and you're left feeling frazzled instead of accomplished. So, why do we keep chasing this chaotic dance? Are you multitasking to get ahead or just to feel busy? Now, let's flip the script. Imagine this: you silence your phone, close all unnecessary tabs, and dive into a single task. Time slips away, and you're in the zone, completely absorbed, productive, and dare we say, happy. This is the power of focus, often called flow by psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Flow is that sweet spot where your skills meet the challenge at hand, and the results are transformative. Ever finished a project in one sitting and felt like you could take on the world? That's focus doing its thing. A 2018 study from the University of California found that uninterrupted work sessions lead to higher quality outcomes and less mental fatigue. When you focus, your brain can tackle complex problems with clarity, free from the constant interruptions that fragment your attention. Think about it. When was the last time you gave a task your undivided attention? Did it feel like a luxury, or did it spark a sense of accomplishment? Focus isn't just about checking boxes. It's about doing things well and feeling good about it. Focus also has a ripple effect. A single, distraction-free hour can yield better results than a day of scattered effort. Techniques like the Pomodoro method, working in focused 25-minute bursts, have gained popularity for a reason. They harness your brain's ability to dive deep without burning out. Even in your personal life, focusing on one activity, like reading a book or having a meaningful conversation, can leave you feeling refreshed rather than restless. So, why don't we do this more often? What's stopping you from carving out those moments of focus in your day? Let's bring this to life with everyday scenarios. Picture your morning routine. You're sipping coffee, scanning emails, and mentally juggling your to-do list. Multitasking feels necessary to kickstart your day, right? But what if you spent just 10 minutes focusing solely on planning your priorities? You'd likely start with a clearer head, maybe even a sense of calm. Studies show that setting intentions early can boost productivity all day long. So, why do we default to chaos instead? At work, the contrast is even starker. Multitasking often masquerades as efficiency. You're responding to emails during a meeting, thinking you're killing it. But in reality, you're missing key points and sending half-baked replies. Compare that to a focused 25-minute sprint on a project. Suddenly, that report is done, and it's good. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that single-tasking on complex work led to fewer errors and faster completion times. What's your go-to move here? Juggle everything or zero in on one thing? Even in downtime, the battle rages on. Multitasking might look like scrolling your phone while watching TV, leaving you feeling oddly unfulfilled. On the other hand, focusing on one activity, like reading a novel or cooking a recipe from scratch, can feel like a mini vacation for your brain. A 2019 survey by the American Psychological Association noted that people who engaged in focused leisure activities reported lower stress levels. So, why do we lean toward distraction even in our free time? Here's the real tea. Neither multitasking nor focus is the ultimate winner. It's about knowing when to use each. A 2021 study in Nature suggests that blending both approaches can maximize productivity without burnout. Multitasking works best for routine, low-effort tasks. Think answering quick emails while waiting for your coffee to brew or listening to an audiobook while jogging. These pairings don't tax your brain and can make mundane moments feel productive. But when it comes to high-stakes tasks, writing, problem-solving, or learning something new, focus is your MVP. Deep work, as author Cal Newport calls it, requires shutting out distractions to produce your best results. The key is intentionality. Ask yourself, is this task worth my full attention, or can it share the spotlight? For example, you might multitask by chatting with a friend while grocery shopping, but you'd focus when preparing for a big presentation. It's about matching the method to the moment. Here's your mission. For one day, lean into multitasking for simple tasks but carve out at least one 30-minute focus session for something important. Maybe it's writing, studying, or even enjoying a hobby without distractions. Notice how you feel afterward. Are you energized or drained? Did you accomplish more than usual, or did you just feel busier? Better yet, try this for a week and track your results. You might be surprised at what you discover. So, what's it gonna be, team multitask or team focus?